Star 92.5, back with Steven Tyler. Let me ask you, Steven, were you really going to leave the band a couple of months ago when all that was going on?
You know, so much went down. I was, my mom passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
And things came up that I never thought would. And I have, I had some feet operations a couple of years ago from being that dancing fool on stage, that front guy from Aerosmith. But,
Can't get up to you.
And so for so many years, I jumped around on my feet, with pain pills. And when you don't feel the pain, you trash them even more. That's a little thing they don't tell you.
Yeah.
And you don't realize because you don't feel it.
That's right.
So I went and had all the nerves taken out of my feet. And if anyone's ever had that, it's painful as hell. And so I went to a pain management clinic that was on the up and up. I talked to my doctor who does the Celtics and the Bruins, and I said, what was Larry Bird doing? He goes, well, I'll tell you. And they sent me there. But being a good drug addict, an alcoholic that I am, the meds they gave me, I was off and spinning. So fell off the stage and
In Sturgis, yeah, I remember.
in Sturgis. And what a gig that was, because we had our bikes, the Dorico bikes, that were Red Wing, but I've designed with my brother-in-law, and you can go online and see that. Our bike was deemed Bike of the Year for Sturgis. So I had my own motorcycle there, my band, my badass on stage, and what people don't know is, yes, I was high. But as my girlfriend pointed out, Stephen, you've been much higher 2 years before that, and you didn't fall off the stage. But you know what? The conditions that night, I'm write about this in my book that's coming out in December. It's called Does the Noise in My Head Bother You? But the
Good title,
conditions,
I like
right?
that.
It's good, huh?
Yeah.
The conditions were the show was put back an hour. It was lightning and thunderstorm alerts, so the show could have been canceled at any time. The humidity was 100 plus, so it was soaking wet. And the guy said, talked to me in my ears and said, "Be careful out there. It's soaking wet." And did I? I did, I did my thing like this.
Yeah,
And I went over.
Which you've done a million times.
Yeah, I know it, man. And it was just, but you know what? If you look at it as a God shot, I fell 8 feet 10 inches on my head, broke my shoulder, and no one called me up to ask me how I was. The guys in the band were pissed and scared that the tour wasn't going to go on. I'm playing devil's advocate.
Yeah.
And I guess I got to kind of see that now. But I didn't get any love for 27 weeks.
Oh.
So I
that's
was off
wrong,
and spinning.
yeah. That's wrong.
On drugs of my own. And that causes you this. Because, Aerosmith has been around for 40 years. It's a marriage, man. We've been up and down. Personally, I can only speak for myself. I got sober in '88. And I put together 12 years. And because we live on a tail of a comet. I mean, I'm this rock star that gets pecked to death. And
Everybody wants something.
And I
from it.
personally like it. I'm a people person, and personally I like it. But it can take you down,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And so that coupled with the Operation Hepatitis C, it's in the 2000s era there, of the last 10 years, it's been up and down kind of for me. So, I went to Betty Ford, got to check in to check it out.
Yeah.
And the only way out is through, and I got to see what was going on, and my girlfriend just said, that I woke up one morning, she goes, "You're going to Betty Ford." I said, "Well, who's going to pay for the drugs you're using?" Is she here? She said she's going to say it.
As she shoots a
said she was
finger.
gonna say it. But
What a great relationship we have here.
But just check this out, man. If it wasn't for her saying that, I would never have gone.
Yeah.
So God shot or not, drugs or not, whatever. I put the brakes on, I stopped, and I'm back, man.
All
I'm
right,
on fire.
Steven.
I'm
All
on
right.
fire.
Glad to
And,
have you back.
Look, I'm even getting up early in the morning.
Okay.
Walking, talking, taking on solid foods.
I want you to confirm a road story I heard that you trashed Ian Hunter of Mott the Hoople's hotel room, and Ian Hunter got arrested for it.
Well, it wasn't necessarily Ian. It was God, what was his name? Holy crumb cakes.
Was he in
Anyway,
Mott the Hoople?
it was the other guys. It was the other guys that I got. Ariel Bender.
Ariel Bender.
Yeah, and
okay.
these guys. So
Yeah.
I'm in their room,
Uh-huh.
and it was right next door to my room, and we got so fucking twisted. I mean, we were so drunk.
Yeah.
It put a new. We were, I was used to do this. I got so because I took pills as well.
Yeah.
So my eyes were so crossed. I do this. They called it the Mondo salute.
Yeah.
And they all knew when I was going. And we're in there, and someone goes, you know, let's see if we can fit this whole room through the TV. I said, well, what do you mean? We break out the screen, well, we keep the frame, we gotta fit everything in, and we did. We ripped the frame of the bed, put it through the TV. It was insane. It should have been on, you know, like filmed like this. Bing. And so, but it never was. And by the time we were done, Ariel was asleep on the bed, and I thought, how are we gonna do this? So I locked the door from the inside, climbed out the window, shuffled along the bridge, walked to my room. So in the morning, they tried to get in, his door was locked. So none of us could be blamed. Had to been Ariel. Ariel Bender. Wow.
Wow, life on the road.
Right? You
Wow.
know, the only thing missing was girls, and I mean, it was that nuts.
The stories he could tell, yes. Stephen, good luck tonight. I'm glad you're doing well. You look healthy. You
Hey,
look
thanks.
really great.
Thanks.
And glad you made it in. And Aerosmith will be rooting for taters tonight at
You know it.
superpages.com center.
And don't forget, if anybody really loves rock and roll, stop at Hit Records. I know Ron Ross personally is a good friend of mine. Only record store left in town that's worth anything.
All right.
I mean,
I wanted
there's
to
no
ask him one
record store.
question before he left here.
Okay.
Ron
go ahead.
Ross, Hit Records.
I know that you're inspired by different things to write songs. Did you write Walk This Way because you saw Young Frankenstein?
You know, there's another one. It's probably true because I didn't see the movie. Jack Douglas did, and the rest of the band, the night that we were supposed to put the vocal down. And I said, you know what? I don't have it yet. So I went back and I wrote the lyrics to Walk This Way.
Yeah.
I had it done. The next morning, we came in and they said, we're doing vocals tonight. And I went, ah. And I looked down for my bag, and the bag was gone. I left it in the cab. So when I told them I lost all my lyrics, they went, oh, right, sure. Because I wrote all the lyrics. Hell, it's easy to write a song. It's so much fun to sit in a room and jam and work out a song. That's the easy part. But putting the lyrics to the music, to me, in my world that I've done, that's the hard part. So I'd sit with my wild-ass lonesome, and I went upstairs up to the floor, walked by John Lennon's 8-foot high guitar. As Joe Perry says, John told him, you know, the bigger the guitar, the better. So it was up at the record plant, second floor, and I went down the stairway because it was 5 o'clock and I didn't want people to hear me. Love this way! Or whatever it was, and I wrote. I went, oh, no paper. So I wrote the lyrics on the wall. And that night I put them down, and Jack says that they went out and saw Young Frankenstein. It was the funny thing in the studio that was Walk This Way.
Yeah, Walk This Way.
So you know,
Marty Feldman.
I heard it. That and Dude Looks Like a Lady was about
Vince Neil.
Vince. Well, I was another story in a cab going to a club.
Yeah.
And this was God.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It all runs together. after a
Yeah,
while.
90 something.
Yeah.
And it was like, dude, man, dude. And I thought that was like hilarious. Dude, man, did you see Dude, man? You tits, holy shit, man. You're dudes, man, dude. I thought that was hilarious. I went back and it was cruising for the ladies at first.
Oh.
Because you put whatever, with scratch vocals, what I do is I'd scat.
Yeah.
Right.
And it was cruise. I went, that's bullshit, cruise. What kind of crap that is. I'll be right back, girls. You know that Mr. Microphone commercial?
Hey, good looking. We'll be back to
Yeah,
that
right.
later.
So I thought, fuck that. Dude, looks like a lady. I looked at Joe and I said, yeah. Because it was, back then, it was just a little bit. I love a little left to center. I mean, you think?
We all-
All right. So it was perfect, and that's that one.
Oh,
So,
great.
Ron Ross, Hit Records, baby.
Yes, all right.
Stephen Tyler.
Stephen Tyler.
Good to see you, Stephen.
Tonight at superpages.com.
Superpages.com center, and he'll either open with Love in an Elevator, Toys in the Attic, or
Or I don't want to kiss your thing.
We changed the lyrics to that, too.
oh yeah, we do
All
it
right.
all the time.
Stephen Tyler, everybody.
Thank you, Stephen.
You got it.
we have the liner real quick?
Oh, cocksucker. I almost had it.
Almost.
All right. Hey, this is Stephen Tyler from Aerosmith, and if it's classic rock in Dallas, Fort Worth, it's Lone Star 92.5. How was that?
That's perfect.
All
Right.
right. Hey, this is Stephen Tyler from Aerosmith, and you're rooting for taters with Bo and Jim on Lone Star 92.5.